If you want to get started in the music production game, but have no idea where to begin, this video is for you. Hello everyone, and welcome to Distinct Mastering. My name is Freddie. I'm a mastering engineer, producer, DJ, and president of Sleeping Giant Music. For over 2 decades, I've helped artists grow their careers, and now I'm here to help you with your music production skills. If you'd like a free stereo mastered sample from me, check the link down below in my description. And now, let's talk about how to produce music for beginners. Starting out in the music production game can be a little daunting, so I'm going to go over some top things to look for when you're just starting out and wanting to produce music. Okay, the first thing you're going to need is a computer. If you already have a pretty fast computer, then you're in good shape. What a computer is going to allow you to do is allow you to install a DAW, which is the next topic I'm going to discuss, so you can start producing music. Instead of a computer, you could go with a standalone all-in-one recorder, but most professional studios and home studios are using computers these days. Okay, the next thing you're going to need is a DAW. A DAW stands for Digital Audio Workstation, and a DAW is going to allow you to mix, edit, sequence, and arrange your music. Now, there's many DAWs on the market, so you should do a little research and find which one is suitable for your needs. Some of the most common ones include Pro Tools, Logic, Ableton, Cubase, Studio One, Reaper, Reason, and many more. Okay, the next thing you might want to look into is an interface. An interface will connect your computer and provide professional grade inputs and outputs, so you connect your instruments, hardware, or whatever pieces of gear you might accumulate over time. The other thing the interface does is allows you to connect your studio monitors and your headphones. The interface is where all the digital to analog or analog to digital conversion is happening, so spending some money on a decent interface is highly recommended. Okay, to be able to hear the music coming out of your interface, you're going to need to connect some studio monitors or headphones. I don't recommend using home stereo bookshelf speakers for studio monitors because they could be widely colored, and what I mean by that is they could have some big EQ moves that can alter the sound. You want to get some monitors that have a relatively flat response, as best as you can get. Studio headphones as well will try to mimic a flat response, so try not to use some headphones that you'd get for running or various different types of applications, because most of those headphones are meant to sound better to the end listener. What you're trying to do is listen to the music as flat as possible. Another thing that I'd recommend you look into is a MIDI controller. MIDI stands for Musical Instrument Digital Interface, and is just a language to allow instruments to talk to each other. MIDI hasn't changed since the 80s, but these days, MIDI is being used over USB cables, so it's very easy to connect MIDI controllers to your computer. While it's not necessary to have a MIDI controller, I do recommend it because it's nice to be able to trigger sounds with your fingers. Now, some DAWs allow you to control the MIDI with your computer keyboard, and if you don't want to get a MIDI controller, you could literally just draw in the notes. But having a MIDI controller does help and gives you some actual human playing feel to your music. Okay, another thing that's worth mentioning is room acoustics. Room acoustics aren't necessary for beginners that are just starting out, but if you start getting serious in your music production, you're going to want to look into purchasing some room acoustics. Room acoustics will help treat your room acoustically so your speakers will sound more accurate and as flat as they can be. If you have a colored sound coming out of your speakers because of your room, you're not going to be able to make the right decisions. So if you do start getting serious in your music production, I highly suggest you invest in some room acoustics. As you start to produce more music, you're probably going to start to invest more money into plugins, soft synths, and software. There's a ton of them on the market, and all of them are a Google search away. Make sure you research what you're purchasing, and I do recommend that you highly study what you've purchased. It's better to have 10 to 20 plugins or instruments that you know inside and out rather than having 100. So pay attention to what you're buying and really only purchase the things that you feel are necessary for your application and need. Okay, last but not least, I want to mention hardware and instruments. You may already be a musician and have some instruments, but there's a ton of hardware on the market as well that you might start expanding your palette. Various things like mic pre's, synthesizers, workstations, the list goes on, from effects and more. So if you do start purchasing hardware, make sure you learn that stuff inside and out and have a full understanding of it. Some of that stuff can get very expensive, so do research what you're purchasing, and the most important part about making music, have fun. That's my guide for beginners on how to get into the music production game. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions for me or just want to chat about music production, please do drop a comment down below. And if you start producing music and you get to the point where you need to get your music mastered and you want a free stereo mastered sample from me, be sure to check the link below in my description. I hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to like it, comment, subscribe to my channel, share the video, and the bell notification will keep you up to date. My name is Freddie from Distinct Mastering. Have a great day.